your world, my opinion. YWMO.
Let's go. I like that. Y'all doing it, man.
Yo, what's up, man? Y'all know what it is. You know where my opinion, man. Y'all see the click. Y'all see what's going on.
Yeah,
Hey, Jay, what's up?
What's up? We are super excited to be here. Yeah. We have the one and only the Lukas swag. Representing the church out here. And we have the whole team.
The whole team, man. Like a two-time, nominated artist and all that. Yeah. You know, all that, man. So, man, introduce yourself. Let's know what it is.
What's up, everybody? My name is Lukas Swing, originally from Charleston, South Carolina. Been doing this thing now for 7 years. We accumulated a team that is, by all means, undeniable. Probably one of the reasons why we are in the position that we're in today.
Right.
Perfect. So let's see. We have a two-time award-winning artist, hip-hop and R&B, and then we want to go ahead and get started on the highs. You rose from number 7 to number 4, becoming one of the first from South Carolina to surpass J. Cole on the Urban Billboard chart. Let's go. And that, hey, we trying to go ahead and pop this bottle for my man. You know what I'm saying? What a better time.
We're going to get into that while we're popping the bottle. Can you introduce everybody? Let's know.
Yeah.
So this is our new producer. He just came to the team. His name is Remy. He just came to the team about 2.5 weeks ago. He is a producer that doesn't even need a sound. He can just like that, and it's from scratch.
From scratch.
And literally, got to have that. This is JB. Most definitely, this is JB Joe Bryant. He's definitely. You guys have heard him on a lot of my songs before. He's a feature on a lot of my songs. He's also got his own brand going on.
Okay.
He's also a very important key to my lyrics because he's also helping with my writing.
Okay.
He's definitely very good with writing. So when it comes down to how I write, he amplifies how I write, and then he brings it to the table.
He'll hit me up sometimes. He'll be like, "What do you think about this?" And I'll be like, "What if you do it this way?" He'll be like, "All right."
You trust your judgment, man.
I trust everybody. Yeah, everybody judgment. I trust. And this guy over here is the biggest piece to the puzzle.
Okay.
This is hiding all the way to the corner.
Man.
All the way to the corner.
This guy over here, that right there is Joel Jones, man. His family, from him to his father, they are real life royalty and legacy in Charleston, South Carolina.
Right.
His dad is on Star 997. Everybody knows him as DJ Jazzy J.
Okay.
That's his father. And then he has worked with so many different sound teams that come to Charleston, worked for Usher. I also believe that he worked with some of the Prince's bands back in the day.
Okay.
He's been on stage with all the celebrities that we love and know today since I was this little. So he's definitely one of the biggest pieces to the puzzle on how we're on the radio and how we're getting to all these different places that you guys see us in.
It is such an honor to have every single one of you for real, man. Thank y'all for being here.
Yeah, for sure.
Thank you.
That's what it is, man. Hey, for sure, winning the cut, you know what I mean?
That's him all day.
For sure.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
So let's talk about how it felt on the Urban Billboard charts, rising to number 4. Can you tell us about that experience?
Yeah, it was crazy because when I first got involved with the company of that chart, I was speaking with them and they're like, we do have some big names on this chart that you're gonna have to go up against. And they're like, I saw the ET Boys, I saw Warren G, J. Cole, Mr. Kodak Black himself.
Okay.
There's so many different people, and so when they implemented us in, they were like, all right, we see you right now, you in the top 50, so we're just gonna keep going forward. I was like, all right. I kept focusing on my guys and what we were doing, and then one day we got hit, and they were like, yo, you top 20. And I looked at it, we was right under Kodak Black.
What?
Yeah, right under Kodak Black. And then the next day, we surpassed Kodak, and Kodak peaked at 19. And we're like, uh-oh, here we go. Here we go. Next thing you know, we went to number 7. And then right after 7, we were right under J. Cole. And then right after that, we ended up being at number 4. And then we peaked at 4, and then we got, so we got sent off on peak. We peaked at 4. So normally what peak means is that's the highest you'll go.
Right.
And right now, ET Boys is holding the number 1 spot. And they are a mix between rock and hip hop. So they've definitely got like the ear of a lot of people.
Right.
So
they're broader audience.
Yeah. So for me, the song that we peaked on was No PG.
Okay.
And so that got good looks and bad looks because of the sound and how I came on that track. But we'll talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it right now.
Yeah.
For real. So, what do you pick the song that you want to put on the billboard, like, or is
Yeah,
that
how's
just
that
a
work?
song that was released at the time?
And when
How
do you
does
know
that
you
work?
people now? Like,
Absolutely, I'll get you guys to know this. So before I even initiated this to be put on the charts, so you can go against these guys, I literally got all the info from all these different A&Rs and major DJs from like people that has the podcast.
I know who you're talking about. I can't think of the name of myself. Like,
when did that happen now?
Ugly Money Nietzsche. Ugly Money Nietzsche's A&R.
All right.
Was the first one who got me in competition with some other guys in Atlanta.
Right.
And I don't believe we won, but we came in second place. And so he was like, this is a radio hit. You need to go ahead and send this out. That was the first A&R that let us know that, yo, we got a hit. But right after that, what's from Charlotte? He does the Spectrum.
Not yet.
Yes.
Chuck T.
Chuck T.
Okay.
We went on his platform and put it out there, and he gave me the green light as well. He's like, this is definitely a radio hit. And so after that, we went through his connections with starting up, not so 97, but 99.3 The Box.
Okay. Yes.
And the radio station guys from there, they're like, this has to go on immediately.
Right.
And so from then, they broke it to the industry. And then from there, that's how we got to this number 4 spot on Urban Hip Hop Radio. That's where we at right now. Yeah, number 4.
Yeah. Is that your peak or it can still go up?
It can still go up,
Right.
but it's going to require a lot more marketing.
Right, for sure.
And because of how late we're a team that's still trying to figure out the ins and outs on how to drop and release music
Right.
and how to promote it, because we are running off of a budget that ain't your biggest budget. You know what I'm saying? We're independent.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So for us doing that, we're like in a position where we're like, okay, we're at number 4. What do we need to do to keep it going? We realized that it took us to Charlotte, so it's just something that we just have to keep learning and trying to, get further in understanding what we do, because we have a lot of pages. I don't know if you know that.
Yes, I was about to. I don't want to jump around too much, but we can
Yeah.
go ahead and get into it
Yeah.
since you mentioned it. You mentioned before on one of your platforms about how important it is to be not only an artist but a promoter.
Yes.
And how promoting yourself has been one of your biggest successes. Can
Right.
you speak to that?
You have to be a better promoter than an artist. If you don't have a backing, if you don't have, I would say that we do have private investors and people who do help us when it comes down to certain situations. But when it comes down to dealing with the big boys, and you don't have that backing,
Right.
you have to be a better promoter than you are an artist.
Right.
You've got to. Whether it's putting your own self in controversy, I've done it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Whether
okay.
it's making 7 pages,
Yeah.
I'm doing it now.
Right.
Because, see, Facebook only allows you 5,000 friends.
Okay.
But who's to say you have 5 pages that are all linked together with 5,000 friends from different cities?
Okay. Now we
You see what I'm
And
talking.
that's the reason why people have multiple people.
Exactly.
The limitation.
I got 7
That's a real problem.
with 5,000 on each other.
Okay.
That's all.
Talk to
And
me.
yeah, so 5,000 from Charleston, 5,000 from Atlanta, 5,000 in Charlotte, and right now I'm trying to get another 5,000 in Germany.
Damn.
Okay.
So that's how we're doing. And then now we also just started our own business called Powerhouse LLC,
Yes.
which is its own. We are now responsible for all the major showcases in Charleston for promotion. So once that starts to pick up and gain traction in Charleston, we'll be more responsible for all the big shows. We'll use that platform not only to help ourselves, but everybody else in Charleston that wants that shine. Because a lot of artists in Charleston don't want to shine. They just want to stay around.
Really? Why is that?
yeah,
I don't know.
Where you at with that? Like, would you stay independent or would you take a major deal?
I would take a major deal as long as it fit for my family.
For sure.
My family, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I made a comment that ruffled feathers that we speak about all the time about artists staying in showcases and not doing big venues.
Okay. Talk about it.
And when I spoke on that, and I said, guys, we need to understand that showcases are merely just practice for when you get on big stages.
Yeah.
That's all it is. And some people were really bothered by that. You know what I'm saying?
So when you say showcase, you're talking about a smaller venue?
We're talking about a situation where you're in a building with no potential fans.
Okay.
Everyone in the building is artists. You're just waiting to perform.
Alright.
No one's watching you. They're just waiting to get their show out and get it out the way.
And a lot of times people have to pay for stuff like
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah, you have to like entry fee.
So it's
like
worth it.
if you're trying to
Cause I know it's a
pizza,
gimmick,
right,
and
it's just
sometimes it's a
like-
gimmick, but at
And
the same time you're gonna get exposure. So I
You're
feel
gonna-
like if you could, it might do what it do.
Yeah, what were you about to say? I'm so
I would
sorry.
say those rooms are often just filled with like mainly just artists.
Yeah.
Right. You know, there's no like, there's sure maybe you might be able to find a feature in there. Always a good spot to go practice. Sure.
Right.
But you're not gonna find like a huge band. Maybe you will, but it's less of a potential if you just go to, you know, you put yourself in a position to get on a bigger stage.
Right.
Or even
Like a bar.
or even an open mic night at a bar aside from a showcase. Like it's not
Right.
it's not a showcase.
Showcase and a bar is two different things. You feel me? Like that's why people hate when I get on live and I talk about it, because I understand that when I say it, it shines a light on the fact that, okay, artists, you're not going to glow the way you want to doing this. And that can honestly take business away from businesses and stuff like that by me saying stuff like that. And I understand that now. So I try to stand back and just do what we do so people can actually see what's going on. At the end of the day, I just like to speak the truth on what are you trying to gain. Like if you're going to the same showcase every week, that's a hamster wheel.
Right, for sure.
You're not going anywhere. You're gonna have the best performance ever in front of your artist that you.
Your colleagues.
Your colleague. That's all I do.
Right.
Yeah,
I don't want to
literally.
perform in front of y'all every weekend.
Right.
No, I want to perform in front of people that I can gain
Yeah.
more from, you know, and give more. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you
It ain't
know,
biased. It's real.
it's real. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
True.
that's what the Blue in the River situation was all about for us.
Man, so let's talk about that since you brought it up, man. I saw that as a big performance for yourself. The first time you actually performed.
Oh, yeah.
The first time at all in a big stadium like that, or so you did showcase.
Yeah, we were stuck in showcases. man.
Okay, so this is your first time actually doing a venue like that.
Yeah, we had to wake up. We had to wake up and realize, wait a minute.
I think you did more than me. I only did a few.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then I woke up
Right.
and then I started 8 Word LLC.
Okay.
8 Word LLC is a festival in itself. I bought a staging company. I own a staging company as well. And then from there, we put that stage in our backyard, and we had all the artists come there and do it there like that for sure. And nobody paid anything. They ate for free. That was when my dad was there before he passed away. Rest in peace to him. And then after that, it became, you know, us. We did one showcase, and it was a lot of controversy in that as well. A lot of violence, and afterwards, and we just were like, all right, this is not good.
Showcase y'all
it's
more.
not
Yeah, and this was in our backyard.
Right.
We had a
Wow.
I would say a bigger stage than most places that you would see in
For
Charleston.
sure, yeah.
In my backyard.
It
Yeah.
don't take much to have a
Yeah.
stage.
Right. We had a
He
big
said
stage.
that. Oh, okay, yeah.
Right, right.
Yeah.
You can right on that shit.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
You got
And
2 acres or something?
nah, we had a big ass backyard.
Yeah, yeah.
It's a big ass backyard.
That's what it is.
Yeah. And so after that, we started realizing, we woke up and we were like, man, I'm seeing the potential around us. This guy's on Netflix. He's an actor on Netflix.
Okay.
I told you I was like extra on one show.
You are one to
We want to
know.
toast to that. We want to toast to
You know what I'm saying?
that.
You gotta stop somewhere, man.
Definitely better
You gotta stop somewhere.
That's what I'm trying to tell you,
You
Joel.
have to start
It's
somewhere.
about you.
Yeah.
The fact that you start somewhere. Some people don't even have that credit, bro.
Right.
Just like I told you.
And it's making you better as long as
Exactly.
you're doing it. You know?
I was on camera for 5 seconds.
Hey, it's
That's
better.
5 seconds.
Which show though? Which show though? We gotta watch.
Outer Banks.
Outer Banks.
Season one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a popular show.
All that
Okay.
show.
Literally.
Y'all boy look for it. You
That
know?
was a long time on set too. I was
But so
record this scene?
right.
I'm following the camera around trying to get in the background. I was like, all right.
Yeah, it's like that.
Hey, this is what you do, man.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the same thing with the backyard, man. You have to be innovative. You gotta use what you got, man.
Right.
You know, y'all tried it, it didn't
Right.
work out.
Right.
And you can now say, hey, let's make it different.
Right. That's
But you have to move like that.
Got
Can't be scared.
You can't be scared, bro.
And as far as Blue on the River, I know you were a performing artist there. You opened up for the show, which is big.
Yeah.
But did you also, you said you incorporated your company in as well? So
Exactly.
how did you add to it in that?
So what I did was, me and my manager over here, we saw that Blue in the River has their own promotional team called Blue Promotions.
Okay.
And we're like, we want to counteract with them and partner to make this bigger than what it can be. We want to see how many people we can actually get out here. Now, I'm telling you right now, if it didn't rain that day,
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Oh my God.
the fact that there were so many people there,
Like, with that.
Even,
Yeah.
because you didn't know if the weather was going to let up. I was
it
looking outside like,
was crazy. It was crazy.
I
So
woke up and I was like, uh-oh.
So when we incorporated that, our business into that, we were like, yo, how can we be of help? My other manager, Mr. Leroy, he told me, he said, all right, Lucas, before you get on this show, you need to attract someone's attention to your page where it's undeniable that this show is going to happen.
Right.
So, because it's all a scheme, it's all a marketing scheme. That's all this is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we went to how can we promote this on a bigger scale? And that's where Powerhouse Promotions came in, because his dad was like, y'all got a power team. I'm like, power team? Wait a minute, I'll play right back. Next thing you know, Powerhouse Promotions came up.
Right.
That's how it started.
That's how it goes. That's how that shit happens.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And then,
double tapping one
glad you
event.
spoke on this.
Genius.
Because of how we promoted for Blue in the River, I don't even think Mike London or Mike Brown knows about this yet. It sparked a brand new situation for us, what I'm going to tell you about now, the new info the challenge you know yet.
Damn, exclusive.
Okay, exclusive.
Don't worry about big exclusive. You heard that from us?
There is a magazine that was born and raised up in New York City called New Magazine. It's nothing but straight fashion and entertainment.
Okay.
The guy who I've been speaking with, Mr. Richard, he just moved to Charleston. And guess who he wants to bring New Magazine and the fashion, because he works with Coachella. He also works with Rolling Loud.
Oh, wow.
He works with all these different. He's also did model agencies for Kanye West's fashion show.
Okay.
He lives here now.
Hey, who you want?
This is the best part. He's trying to incorporate diversity.
Right.
So you know what that means.
Oh, yeah, you know what that
Yeah, mix.
All right.
You good?
Oh yeah, we good.
I know that right.
You good.
So, he wants to use our ideas to bring unification between the modeling world of Charleston. Because if you pay attention in Charleston, you look and you see the bigger picture here in Charleston.
Right.
We see that hip hop in Charleston is not celebrated the way it should be. In Charleston, it's country music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see the country artists in Southern Soul, which is beautiful.
Right.
But when it comes down to the original hip hop music from Charleston, South Carolina, it's never celebrated the way it could be, like in different cities it is. And so this guy coming from New Magazine with a major budget, we're gonna incorporate fashion and entertainment into a magazine, and also because he's got 3 offices, 1 in LA and 2 in New York City. So you know where this is headed.
Sure,
This is good. This is
Fix your
good.
pop a little thing, stop it.
You know what I'm saying? So now it's just all about how we're gonna do it, how we're gonna. He's giving us the green light. We got that. We had this conversation. So he's gonna invite us out to Kiowa Island to his beautiful home. We're gonna sit down and we're going to go over business very, very soon.
I know that's right,
Okay.
man. Yeah, you got a lot of the right connection, man.
Most definitely.
I mean, I don't know if your head, like, you move in the right way. You know what I'm saying? How did you get to, you see what the movement is now?
Yeah.
What's different from now and like 2 years
7 years ago.
Oh,
when we
7 years
started,
ago.
Right.
Because I met my father. I met my father 6 months before he passed. I met my father right when I turned 29 or 28.
Wow.
I'm 30.
Okay.
So when I met him, he's already been there and done that, did a lot of stuff. He died from cancer. And one of the big things he told me was like, you're an artist, but that is not like an artist just does music, but you have to be a servant to your people.
Right.
You have like you can't just go out here and make good music and think that's all that's
Have a
it.
purpose.
You have to have a purpose. You have to be a servant to your community. You have to be a servant to your people. You have to have a team around you that you love and trust and believe in, whether it's whatever the case may be.
Right.
I started out by myself, so it took all of these guys that are sitting here right now and the guys that aren't here right now for us to build what we got. You know what I'm saying? And so it took my dad saying that you have to do more than just get on Facebook and tell them that a new song is dropping.
Right.
Or get on Instagram and say a new song is dropping. No, you have to get out
Out
here.
there, people sit around.
You have to get out here. You have to affiliate yourself with businesses. You have to do that, and that's what's happening. That's why you saw me do those. That's why you saw me go to that young lady's shop out in Monk's Corner.
Yes, River.
Right.
Yes.
And I went there and supported her.
Right. I was impressed by that.
Right,
because,
because I understand
Right.
now. I understand
Right.
assignment now.
Yes,
This is bigger than just music.
Right.
It's
Right.
way bigger.
Right. It's all about connecting with everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
And working together.
Exactly.
And just coming up, man. That's
Exactly.
where the land of all of this is happening.
Exactly. You got artists going to restaurants and saying, "Man, this food is good. Y'all come try this out." That's what's going on.
Big move,
That's
man.
what's going on. We did that with her spot, and we did that with Mike Brown's spot because Mike Brown gave us the opportunity to be on Blue the River. So for me, I wanted to use my platform to show everybody, hey, yo, if y'all, and I got people, a lot of people that are out of Charleston on my page too.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo,
yeah,
if y'all come to Charleston, y'all check out Mike Brown's spot, man, on Charleston Road. It's great. It's
That's
great.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
South
Like,
Carolina, Keith Lee.
yeah.
And the thing about, you have to do it first, but when you show love,
Yeah.
you get love back.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
There are guys out here that have way bigger platforms than me that are doing it, like Scoop, cousin Scoop.
Oh,
Right,
yeah.
There's other people that's in Charleston that I'm not gonna, not highlight. They are definitely doing exactly.
Right.
Cousin Scoop's doing that. He's promoting. He did different businesses. Shout out to him.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
right.
exactly.
That's one of the
A lot of times we don't see the work.
They don't see
They
it.
don't see
Yeah.
the 10, 9, 20,
Right.
15 years of,
Right.
passion. All they see is the blow up.
Yeah, all they see.
Right,
They don't see how
right.
we bounce around from different places. They don't see all that. So
But they can, the longevity comes from the struggle.
yeah, and
It's from
humbles
learning
us.
it.
It humbles us. It definitely humbled me. I'm telling you, I knew I had it in me because of who my family is. Like my background, my uncles and stuff like that are Jodeci.
Yeah, I was gonna
So
ask
you
you
just need
before
blood.
you
People
get
ask
into
you,
that.
That's in my
Yeah.
blood.
how did you
How is the
get into
relation?
music?
How are you related?
My father's side,
Okay.
all of it. Like this is my cousin right here.
Okay.
So
okay.
we've been best friends for 17 years.
For sure.
We found out when my father died that we were family.
Oh
And then
wow.
people who came to my dad's funeral let us know everything.
Mm.
From Young Jeezy is our first cousin, right? First and second cousin.
Music
Second
royalty,
cousin,
man.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sam
yeah.
the bass man who played for
That's
Prince and all them. That's our whole family is bloodline royalty from the 90s up to the day.
Right, right.
And so
right.
knowing that and understanding where it came from, and then hearing that my youngest brother, he's a dancer with Chris Bryant, an actor as well.
Okay.
I just know that entertainment's in my family, so I just feel like God got me right where I need to be.
So you just found this out 2 years ago,
It's
right?
literally.
Right. So up until that point, you had music in you, but you didn't know where it came
Exactly.
from.
My adopted parents made me play the piano. Like when I was little, I really didn't have no friends like that. They wouldn't let me outside. My dad was like, "You're gonna play this piano until you get this whole session of Beethoven down.
Right.
Right,
So
right.
And you're not gonna move. You're not gonna go
you play
outside.
Beethoven right now?
Literally right
I
now.
know that's right.
Literally, I can play anything you ask me. I play.
Damn, man.
So yeah, so for me, it's just like I hated music back then because of being made to do it. But now it's like it's got my daughter. Like we good. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like,
let
Who
us
was
song
your
good.
inspirations growing up then?
it's crazy. My inspirations are Jodeci.
Okay.
They are
So the
Naturally.
people you find out that you end up having connections
family with. Yeah, like
was your inspiration.
Yeah,
And
that
a lot
would
of
be
people have
great.
similarities in the
exactly.
tone,
Exactly.
singing and shit.
Yeah, Dalvin D. Great, Devontae Swing, and Devontae D. Great is the person who molded my production and being able to produce the way that I can.
Right.
On spot, the same way he can. You know what I'm saying? So, he and that's why he became a part of our group, because I see a lot of me in him and what he went through and the things that he went through, and I'm sure at one point he'll tell you his story or whatnot.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
with him and his brother passing away, we had a conversation at Laha, and I looked on his Facebook page, and all his music equipment he had for sale. And I was like, "What are you doing?
Right.
Right.
Don't." And now he's a part of the team where he feels like he
That's
has
God,
family
man.
and brother. You know what I'm saying?
God,
Yeah.
You somebody you was want to let go, you reached out to him
Yeah.
and brought him back.
Yeah. Literally. And
he brought me back.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
So at
yeah.
that point, you know what I mean, you was about to give up on music and all that, you know what I'm saying? And he saw that, and he saw your talent, your gift. and he
his
was
son
ready for that.
his son does music too.
Right.
So it's just, it goes down to this.
So let's get into it real quick, Remy. For those who missed the beginning of the show, this is one of the producers, a big part of the team. Can you tell us, are you originally from Charleston, and how did you get into producing?
I was doing it forever.
Right.
I'm from Harrison Falls State, Lemon Park, and 10 Mile. That's where all my family at. And I was just doing it for.
So did you start off just playing around, or was it something that you actually like? So I introduced you
Something
to
that
it?
God blessed me with. For
Okay.
sure. A talent.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? A talent. And God bless everybody with a talent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So all us got talents.
For sure. Yeah.
Everybody got a talent.
Right, right.
So it's up to everybody to find out what your talent is.
Yeah.
And music is my talent.
And so how long were you producing before you met before you joined the team and met?
I started producing when I was like 14 years old.
That's a long time.
A long time.
And we appreciate you, man, because you know what I'm
It's a
saying?
long time for
A lot of
us.
times, producers are behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. I want to be on camera.
That's what I be behind the scenes, making mad. You know, making potions.
Bro, if you watch our live, you would think he was blind. Because what he does is he's like,
Yeah. Right.
Okay, you're the guy on the line.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah,
now I understand because I was like, all right, yeah, but you be killing it, man.
Yeah,
You're
that's how it go, man. You know, when you got that type of talent, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm a behind the scene type of person.
and if you watch the live, I was only from leaving the studio, going to the car, and coming back. That was like literally maybe 3 minutes.
Right.
And he already had the bass, the beat, and the melody done in 3 minutes.
Right.
That told me I need him.
Need them.
Yeah.
Like, well, I need, I can get it right away.
right.
In-house is the best way.
Yeah.
It is.
I agree, man. I'm not a person, I can't move without a team.
Yeah,
The team make me,
I didn't understand what a team meant until now, bro. And that is, I won't move without one guy.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I first met him. I walked in. He was this was later that same day. He had this whole beat going. He was like, I hate this. Delete it.
Delete the
redid
whole
the whole
thing,
thing.
yeah.
In like less than 5 minutes, I was like, what the? How? I can't even write a song that time.
Right.
that man, social security number. You gotta find him. Hey, what's up, man?
Real talk.
So, you know, like, I know you open up for like 803 Fresh and all that. So, how you feel about his movement? Like, 'cause, I mean, one song really, man,
One song does it.
you know what I'm saying? To where just that one
Yeah.
will pop you off. Next thing at the finals. I mean, come the fuck
Yeah, he
on,
was at the
bro.
finals.
Literally.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I had
Man.
Oh yeah. Shout out 803.
Yeah. We had a very what would be the right terminology for this? We had a very serious conversation backstage,
that's
and the conversation was just me telling him that I'm proud of you
right.
because, and he told me in return, he said, "I've been watching you for a while, Lucas, and it's gonna get worse before it gets better."
Right.
You see, you see what I'm going through right now, right? You see all the people doing this, that, and the third. And I saw with how you addressed that situation on Facebook a couple of days ago. He was like, it's going to get worse before it gets better. So just keep your head on the swivel, do what you have to do, and remain focused on the people that love you and the people that are trying to help you grow. And that's the only thing you worry about. And it's hard for me to not address situations with people.
So I mean, I don't cut you off, but what did you address on Facebook since you brought it up?
So man, I literally have a Lucas Swing hate group.
He does.
Yeah, so that
He does. It's
wait
like
a minute,
3
wait a
people,
minute,
but
'cause you jumping in my notes because
Yeah.
I remember when
Yeah.
I do my research, you said that there is a hate fetish from the city.
Yeah.
We talking about Chuck.
Literally.
Right.
Please elaborate. What a hate fetish? That's deep.
Yeah. It started when I started making pages.
Okay.
When I realized, when I went around Charleston and I saw, okay, I'm not getting the support I need. So what can I do to get my name out more since people aren't talking about me? I'm gonna talk about myself. I'm gonna magnify myself to a point where I can get my name out, whether it's bad, good, or whatever case, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So I started doing pages. People clocked on me on that.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, oh, he's making a whole bunch of pages, all this, that, and the third. And so that brought so much this. It brought all attention brings negativity. That always will.
Yeah.
It's not like he planned it, though.
I do.
That's what I'm saying.
You said something.
Because haters are fans too, right?
Yeah.
They fans too.
Yeah.
They click on their page to hate.
They are.
What are you clicking?
for free.
And then a lot of people don't know. I actually, me and another R&B artist in Charleston, he wasn't aware that I was creating a beef with him, but I actually created beef with him.
Right.
Yeah, and that sparked something as well. And it was just we understand that it's a buzz, so you have to start
R&B.
something R&B. And so
Okay.
he started singing on the track.
Personality,
Yeah. And in my catalog, there's 3 songs.
Kelly said that.
Yeah.
Not the bad way, but.
Yeah.
Okay, then wait a minute. What's the 3 songs where we about to
5 p.m. in Chucktown.
Okay, yes.
That's one of them, and 99 Problems.
Yes.
Retaliation, 99 P.
Yeah.
Because honestly, when I heard the song, he said some things in the song that I thought pertained to me.
Right.
He said something about face tattoos don't mean that you real, or something like, he said something like that. And me and him always been kind of like, the people who he rock with, the people I rock with, or huh?
What part you spit on?
Oh
Like,
man.
you go in the whole song or just a raw?
Whew, I got a song that we even released.
Yeah.
Hey, hey,
No, I released 2 diss songs.
don't
on
say
that.
who it is now. Just give us the hardest diss beat. The hardest bar you got for the beat. Like this one bar.
These are the factors my family done raised me on. You know the fact that your best is a mile. When I flush them down like the pack that I shitted on. He is a middle of all let's get it on shit. Oh shit. This nigga must be a ghost because he ain't drop shit. Not shit. Something like that.
Okay.
2 songs back to back, like Drake. And it's one guy.
Yeah.
Lucas, what's happening?
What's happening?
He had so much inside.
Yeah. I had a lot of anger inside, bro, because like when you not getting, when you know this is destined for you, when you know that you on this path,
Right.
and it's not going on, you
Frustrating.
get frustrated, just like man, you know what I'm saying? And then this shit kicked off, and now I'm just like,
Okay.
I got me a winner.
Okay.
Now I'm about to, okay, what? You know what I'm saying?
So real quick,
Yeah.
for the pause, go ahead.
Everybody can watch me now.
Okay, okay, so,
Right.
This dude just had a phone call after that.
Oh yeah, from Jazzy Faye.
Damn. Okay.
so
And since
And Jazzy Faye and Zay told me, yeah, they both texted
Man, that shit
me.
make you want to drop 10 more this song.
Yeah.
find somebody to be
Yeah,
with.
right. You got the grocery store.
Yo, was that wasn't the diss song? I thought it was after the last live. Or was it that song?
The beautiful thing
That was a diss song? Okay.
But at that time, what I did, I started seeing that the comments in the session, it went from keeping it music to people in Charleston starting to say crazy things like death threats and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So because of that, I then made it public like this whole beef was actually orchestrated.
Right.
And guess what happened after that?
Right.
Jazzy Faye followed him too.
Damn. Because you bring attention.
Yeah.
Bring attention.
You know
So
what
when
I'm
you
saying?
orchestrate the beef, do you reach out to them first, or you just
You
start?
gotta do it.
I'm not gonna lie, I did fumble. I didn't reach out, I still got messages. I didn't reach out to him first.
Right.
Alright, I didn't reach out to him first. I put out Retaliation 99p in the winter, and that it went crazy. And then that's when he was like, "You talking about me?"
Yeah, 'cause that junk go
And
hard.
next thing you know, he went back into it.
Right.
And then right after that, that's when
Back on that.
After that,
You
I
threw that
went.
bait out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, he did it.
You do this shit. You do this. You got another way.
Yeah. So then after that, we actually discussed. I told him, I was like, "Yo, I made this whole thing up. Let's just keep it going." And then he was like, "Oh, you could have just told me that from the
Right.
beginning."
Right. You got
Oh yeah. Like,
You got me in the room, man.
Pacing back and forth.
mind you, all the people that he rocks with and the people that he's around,
Right.
they already don't like me.
Yeah, they in their
They don't
feelings.
walk through
They
it,
already
man.
don't like me because
Nowhere.
of my demeanor on how I was talking about Showcase. That's why
Right.
he didn't like me.
Right.
Because they're all involved with the Showcase situation.
Gotcha.
And I want all of them out of the so that's all I've been working with.
Let me ask you this. You got the beef going on. You're an R&B artist. How does that feel?
He hip hop and R&B.
I know you're hip hop artist, but I'm saying you R&B though. You have R&B.
Yeah.
So like, how is it beefing? Do people take you serious when you beefing when you are R&B artist? Like we know there's real R&B artists out there that hell ain't been.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it seems like it's difficult when you're an R&B artist to really try to put off a real beef.
So for me, I look at it the same way how Matt Barnes looked at it when he went 195 miles to go handle his business.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Yeah.
I wanted to ask this one right here though, from a manager's perspective. Is this beneficial? Is this profitable for the artist? And how do you, the damage control that comes along with that?
Right. Are you down with it?
yes, I mean when you have that type of status and you have people looking at you like that, yeah, it's beneficial.
Okay.
But if you don't have nobody looking at you like that,
It's fun.
That's the only thing you get out of it is damage.
Right.
You're not getting that attention.
Okay. Before we get too far into it, let's get on Mr. Joel Bryant. Mr. Greenway from Charleston, you know what I'm saying? How long?
Somerville, yeah.
Somerville.
Boom! You from somewhere, man. I know the man. I'm so familiar, man.
Yeah, he's been featured on a lot of Lucas's albums. Y'all work together on the same team. Please tell us, how long have you been in the game?
So I've been working, like I've been writing lyrics like ever since like way into my childhood. There's like at first it was an outlet and kind of grew into more, especially going through like heartbreaks in high school. And
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
So
Right.
Yeah, that'd be
it turned into more, and then I mean I've been releasing probably since like 2019-ish, somewhere in there.
So you write for other people and ain't really showing me?
Yeah, I mainly just write for myself. I'll help
Right.
them from time to time. It's okay. I got writer's
He,
block,
he's
but
he's not a. I want to start getting.
I would love to write for people.
More credit.
So you have an abundance of writing.
Yeah.
Like you had to, it just don't stop.
Yeah, like my notes
Right.
app is crazy. My phone's got like some like
Right. Okay. So what inspires you to cross over from writing to actually being in front of the camera and collabing and now like getting into the artist?
Well, for me, it was probably somewhere in like high school when it crossed over. 'Cause I was always into like acting and stuff like that. That was my original love, and then I kind of ended up falling in love with music too, because the writing eventually transferred into like, okay, this is a song, and okay, we can turn this into something. And then I saw the rise of the independent artists like Russ, Chance the Rapper.
Mhm.
This is something I could do. This is like something that could happen,
Right.
regardless of if I'm with Rock Nation or
Yeah, it doesn't
whatever
matter.
label, right? It's,
Right.
you know, that was the first one I thought of. But yeah, so that it eventually turned and grew, and I started releasing stuff. And yeah,
So how did y'all connect?
I met him at the showcase that he put on his backyard. Actually, I had an old acquaintance that I had kind of known at Somerville, and he called me. He's like, "Yo, I'm gonna be at the showcase. We should pull up and perform. I'll get you on the thing." I was like, "I'll tell him that you're coming." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll pull up for you." And I, went prepare my little set list, and I met with him, and me and him like instantly. We both like it was 'cause when you're doing music, there's like a lot of artists that just get lost in the artist side of things.
Right.
It's like there's a business side of this
Right,
too.
you
There's
have to
marketing
know that.
involved.
Right.
Like you have to be able to market. You can't you can put a song on Spotify all you want, but like
Right.
who's gonna see it? There's like over 1,000 songs a day uploaded.
And-
So that was one thing I was like, oh, like me and him clicked instantly on
Sure.
that. And like I think the day after the showcase we made, what was it, 3 p.m. in Charleston?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That song.
Wait, y'all have a 3 p.m. and a 5 p.m.?
Yeah.
Oh no, it was 3 p.m. It
3
was-
p.m. in Charleston.
Yeah, I got the number wrong. It was 3 p.m.
Yeah,
Okay,
3 p.m. in
okay.
Charleston. I believe that's our first song together.
Yeah.
And that song is, oh my God,
Yes.
that's amazing. It's
So
amazing.
you've been down on the showcase, man. But one of your main team members came out of the showcase.
I was here to showcase.
Right.
It's different.
I'm saying, you know, you was speaking on the negative part of it.
Yeah.
I had violence and all that, but
Well, he marketed it more as a festival.
Yeah, mine was more of a
how
festival.
many you had at that?
It was close to like, I had like 300 people in my
Damn, in your
back.
backyard, son?
Yeah.
It violence will happen.
Yeah.
Your violence will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. He did violence.
Yeah. I mean, did you have any security?
Yeah, we did.
Oh, yeah, I did.
Man.
The Flames are real security.
They were real security. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
It was like 300 people in between like the backyard and then somewhere like chilling inside the house.
Yeah.
Right.
Luckily, I'm surprised my house didn't get messed up. They did respect that, so I'm definitely happy about that. But yeah, like I speak negatively on the showcase because I just the people that are doing it, it's a repetitive situation for them.
Right.
And I want all of them, the people that I even see on this wall up here,
Right.
I don't want them to stay in that. I want them to go out of it. And that's my message to
I
them.
feel you, but
about talent.
when you find a valuable, see, that's what showcase is about.
Right.
Bringing artists and people similar that have the same mindset
Right.
together.
It's a great place to meet other artists.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's what it's
But
about.
what he was saying is you can't stay just
Exactly.
doing that. You
Right.
have to
Right.
kind of move out
Yeah.
of that. But I do want to ask, before we move on too far, for people who are interested in writing for artists and they have that gift and talent, where do they start? How do they get in the game? Is there someone they reach out to, or?
I'm still trying to figure that out. Chris Brown, if you're
I was
watching
thinking
this.
that.
Right.
He's still
Yeah,
you're watching
you know that's my baby daddy. I'm
He'll make your beat. I'll write the song.
Allegedly.
Right, right.
They'll never remember the conviction.
Right. Oh, Ooh, shots fired.
Okay.
He said it.
Don't play, don't play. I make jokes too much.
You keep bringing up
Me,
fashion,
me.
man. So apparently fashion is a big thing along with music.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? So what's your style? Like, what do you feel like you're trying to portray your style?
My style is unorthodox.
Okay.
One day I'll wear a huge, big 2XL t-shirt and some
Right.
short shorts and some Jordans. The next minute I'll wear some bell bottoms and a cropped t-shirt.
You gonna fuck? You
No,
gonna
that's
fuck
wrong.
up?
Wait a minute.
No. Tell me I'm out. I ain't wearing no dress.
What about the pocketbook, the man bag?
Nah.
Okay,
I'll with
okay.
it. Satchel,
Okay.
I'll with that now.
All right,
I'll wear that.
I'm guilty.
You gonna wear the man bag?
Yeah.
Because you know, as I
You
get
pull up the
more
the-
professional,
you're in a suit.
that's
Yeah,
a part
you
about
pull the
professionalism.
laptop down.
Yeah.
Like he said, if I wear a tuck or something,
Tuck
and a
or
satchel right there.
yeah.
I am guilty. I have worn.
If I pull out a stack that big at that motherfucker, you ain't gonna see nothing
Yeah.
about it. You gonna go get you one.
You walking
And that's how I'm saying. That's why motherfuckers wearing New Balance right now.
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I understand.
But the fashion, I think, goes hand in hand, right? Because
With the music,
people,
it
the
does.
aesthetic,
Yeah.
Yeah.
they like how you sound, but the look of it all
The
and the
look.
persona that you're
Right.
giving off.
Right.
And I do feel like you swagged out now.
Oh,
Right, and he's not following the
Same.
trend,
Yeah.
he's leading the trend.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And you
Yeah.
tell by the way you
Like
move.
Russell Westbrook.
Right,
Right.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. What you mean?
And you definitely will get some views.
Yeah.
And so that's what I was gonna say too. You see that a lot of artists like Offset, like
Mm.
ASAP Rocky, Rihanna, they cross, not even just completely cross over, but they bring it into the fold as far as
Right.
the
Because
presentation.
entertainment is everything. Like it's entertainment. It ain't just music. It's not just it's not movies. It's everything.
Yeah.
You see actors. Like for instance, one of my favorite artists, Drake. You see him working with Nike.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Everybody's representing
Our culture,
a
man.
brand.
Yeah.
It's huge.
Mhm.
So you can't just be a one-trick pony.
Right.
True,
You know what I'm saying?
true.
You gotta-
Exactly. It's
And if you're not selling billions and billions and billions of records, you got to have something around that can also, you know what I'm saying? So that's why, you know,
I mean, your swag gotta be a part of it.
yeah, that's
You know what I'm saying? Gotta be a package. When you go to them major labels, they're gonna be looking at that. How does he look? How does he move? Now, if your shit is undeniable, you can be
Yeah.
wherever you want to be.
Yeah.
You know
But
what I'm
speaking of
saying?
that, don't you have a clothing brand?
I do.
Okay, let's talk
I
about
do.
it. You know,
So,
Mr. Lucas Wayne.
the 8 World LLC has its own clothing brand as well, but Lucas Swain is also a brand in itself as well.
Yes.
And that is, I love vintage type of clothes. Like, you know how those, back in the day in the 90s, when, you know, Jordan won those finals,
Right.
and yet they had those big NBA final t-shirts.
Right.
I have that for myself, but it just got Lucas Swain across it. That's
Right,
it.
right.
I have them in vintage tees, so it's like a wash color tee, a
Right.
black tee, a yellow, green, whatever color you like. I got for females too.
Yeah.
I have crop t-shirts for them. He also has a clothing brand as well.
All right.
So his is
Vision Brian.
Vision Bryant. So
Just
it's
rebranded it, yeah.
it's like stuff you would see on a shelf in like a sporting goods store or something.
Right.
He has all that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He also wears his own stuff too. He like
I mean, you trying to send me some of that shit so I can put that in the
Yeah.
intro.
Oh yeah, I'm
Well,
model
we
of
talk about
what
it.
people have on the show now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So your clothing brand, what is your niche? You said,
I think it's just like, just creative, like anything that comes to my mind. I didn't have a specific, like it originally started as like a merch brand, and then I was like, I could turn this into something that's like an actual,
Right.
not just me putting like cover arts and stuff on a t-shirt.
I mean, you
Like,
design it or you
yeah,
work like a website or something.
I design it. I mean, I sell it off of Etsy just because it's the cheapest thing right now.
Right, for sure.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean Etsy's cool too, like the layout. But
Yeah.
yeah, and I took the merch thing. And I was like, it's not really marketable. It's just Joe Brian merch.
You know, like,
So then I picked around with it, played around with it, and I was like, Joe Brian. I was like, okay, I like that because there's a vision and then my last name. So I was like,
right, it works. It
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, that's good
and that
stuff.
allows me to get creative with designs outside of just.
yeah.
So I just want to switch paces a little bit.
All right.
Some people have compared you to Drake, say that you kind of, you trying to get the Drake sound, you know what I'm
see that?
saying? And I mean, me, from listening to the catalog, I feel like you're super versatile. I wouldn't
Right,
put you in
right.
one box.
Right.
But what do you have to say to people who say you just trying to be another Drake, you just
Yeah, I
switching
see
up your
about that.
sound for this moment?
And it's a compliment.
So I love that question because there's not one artist out here in the world who can say, I'm not inspired by anybody. everyone that you hear mainstream, underground, they are inspired by someone, whether it's Pacino Dino, whether whatever, whoever with Yada. You know what I'm saying? I just got cool with Yada.
Okay,
So for me, it's just like every artist that I've been around, and they all are inspired by someone. Though they have their own sound, they're inspired. And so I'm the type of artist that understand what works. And I understand not the sounds, but I understand the melodies, the cadences, all of that. All of it matters.
I was about to ask you about the cadence. It's all of the cadence.
So when you go to a doctor and you're sick, they tell you, we can't cure you for this, but we can make you feel better. The same way with my music.
Right. It's gonna keep you going.
It's gonna keep
It's
you
gonna
going.
serve you. It's gonna keep you alive.
Exactly. That's what you call timeless music.
Right.
It's a difference between timeless and just for right now.
Right. Right.
Because the flex, like we said before,
Yes, that's
it's
my
only been
jam.
out for almost what, 2 years, right?
2023.
2023.
Summer of
And the
2023.
Carolina Panthers got there to play with still
Wow.
the next day.
Yeah, that's a collab with both of them, y'all. You
Yeah.
gotta check it out.
Come on, man.
It's hard, you know what I'm
Yo,
saying?
those
It's
swings,
hard.
son.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
and of course, North Carolina loves Petey Pablo.
Yes, it
When
was.
we went, they were playing Petey Pablo. So that gave me the notion, and y'all can play Petey Pablo from when they was on Drumline. Why can't
Okay.
y'all play Lucas Swing from 2 years ago?
Okay, exactly.
So that makes me believe that if I can make timeless music, it's gonna stick around for forever. And I
Yeah.
learned that from Devontae Swing.
Mhm.
Because anybody right now turn on,
Man, Jodeci is timeless. Pick one.
It's
You know what
time.
I'm
You're
saying?
doing it right now.
And you
No,
can
I'm
start
saying
singing
you
out
do it.
loud. You know what I'm
that's what I'm saying.
saying?
Like every song that you release is important that you understand if it's timeless. And that's why sometimes it may take me 2 months to drop one song.
Yeah.
Because I want it to actually stick and make sense. I want the melody to catch so well to where you just drag it, you listen to it.
Right.
Why
Catch.
can't we
Yeah.
keep it PG?
Hey, you look like that. We had on.
Yeah.
We had on a minute ago, and I had something. I started dancing for no reason.
Yeah.
Hey, Look, do it.
There you go.
You know, but you know the thing about it is like you being an artist and on the other side of it. That's what make y'all clear work.
Yeah.
I can tell they can work with you because you know the other side.
Right.
You're a businessman and you're an artist. You're a promoter and you're an artist. You're an R&B singer and you're a rapper. You know
And
what I'm
everybody
saying?
likes to call me the boss, but really it's him.
Right.
It's the man behind the
It's always the person that's not talking to the boss.
Really.
You see
You see what I'm saying?
With the low
He's
stuff, you know what I'm saying?
He's looking deep. I would say something dumb.
Like,
They always think.
it's real deal. Like the 1 o'clock in the morning conversations, the early morning conversations when I'm still trying to sleep, and this guy right here is, man, wake your ass up.
You respect that.
Yeah.
Keep
Something
it
fucking
right. Yeah.
And you know he's getting all his information from the day.
Right. Oh, from a very reliable
Right.
source. You know what I'm saying?
DJ
Yeah,
Jazzy
right.
J.
Yeah.
Big deal, big deal. Listen to what I'm telling you.
I know he doesn't really. DJ Jazzy J is a very humble DJ.
Yes.
And will always be that. But I want to
You know it's
say
one of the best ever.
he's number 1 on radio right now.
Yeah.
And jazz, he took over.
Right.
So with that being the case, the information that he's trickling down to me,
Yeah.
I can spread it to my individuals as well.
Man,
And that's
you
how
would
we
be-
all
And you appreciate that is why you're gonna be successful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because I understand. Like 5 years ago, I wouldn't have understood that. And he's still coaching to this day. Like there's been situations that have come about lately that I'm very like pressurized and we're really pressured into certain things. And it's like he's like, nah, don't back
This
out,
is
keep
the
going.
rose.
Oh yeah.
Rose's good though.
It is. It's one of the best
One more
roses.
time.
Oh my bad.
Yeah, you got it. Refill
That boy
everything.
Paul, they overweight, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, just cup up and
I didn't
everything.
pull too much. Right? I didn't see it right.
Well, bubble that shit over.
There you go.
Okay.
Rose.
I want to circle back to the Panthers game. Because we actually went to that game. Like, they told us, like, the game they were going to play it. We got to meet Carolina X, which was really cool. He came up in the stands and took a photo with us and talked with us for a second. But we, like, got to hear it. Like, they played it, like, right before the players came out. It was, like, a song or two right
It
before.
came out, yeah.
And it was really cool. We're so out. We're, like, walking in. Like,
We're walking around and we're looking and we've seen all the professional players like,
yeah, it was a really surreal moment. I'm playing in the Panthers stadium right now.
As a team,
We had both of our verses, and it was cool.
as a team, when you go places and you hear that, That's a good thing. That's why it's collaborative.
Yeah.
Because you can embrace it together. Like, yo, man, you hear that? You know, they playing us.
Exactly.
They doing this. It's such an
Exactly.
enjoyment knowing that you moving.
Yeah, it's lonely at the
I
top.
want to throw some ups to him because, like, he could have saved all the spotlight for himself. He could have used any of his songs, any rap music. Like, so I'm like,
I read the Bible too much.
Okay.
like, he didn't even have to invite us out to
The Bible
me
is
and Ken
the way
Ross
I
blew in
do
the river, but he did. I was like,
The
this
Bible,
guy's- he's all
bro,
about it.
but see, the Bible it's got something in there that some people surpass so much. They don't understand that, like, we all are divine from God. Feel me? But the beautiful thing about it is God gives us individual blessings to share with each other. It's about the
Right.
message.
Yes.
So when God's giving you a blessing to do it, it's not for you to take and keep for yourself.
Right.
It's for you to bless other people around you. And if
Right.
you keep it for yourself,
You mention the
eventually
blessing.
your light will dim. It's in the Bible
You see
for
the
that.
blessing.
So you got to give everyone around you that you love and you care about, and people who may not want the best for you, you got to pray for them. But at the same time, bro, you got to share that, bro. Like
Yeah.
it's not nothing on this earth is yours.
And people that, when you're doing positive stuff that people don't see it or they hate,
Yeah.
it's that personal thing they got going on.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know?
yeah. Most definitely.
So then,
Most definitely.
it just is. It just is. Most definitely. You know what I mean? Your shit's tight, man. You do a good job, man.
Yeah.
And I'm glad that we, catch you on, like, you know.
Get him on the
for one thing-
upswing.
for one thing, I'm gonna be real.
Both of you.
In
you know what I'm
Charleston,
saying?
you know, you always hear about the rap scene and all that, but you don't hear about the R&B scene.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? You're really the first person that I brought the R&B scene to me.
Right.
Not saying it's not out there, because I'm not an R&B person like hardcore.
Right.
I'm on trap, but I do
Yeah.
appreciate
Yeah.
R&B. Like,
Right.
damn, man. Wait, you gotta be crying and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, it didn't give me a
you know,
little tweak.
You put
Okay,
that
my
trap back on.
Yeah.
I don't like it all right,
They got me in, yeah. I got no tent.
You got that trap shit too now.
I know,
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
you do. I
I know the trap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They're coming soon.
Yeah.
They're coming soon.
Yeah.
One is about to one is 2 bars from being
Don't
done.
get it confused now.
Yeah, I'm about to say the catalog is so
Yeah.
versatile. I mean, you have something for everyone.
Literally.
And so I
How
appreciate
big is R&B in Charleston? How big is the movement of R&B now? Not rap, but R&B.
Yeah, because I only know
Like,
about 2 or 3.
that's what I'm saying.
You know?
Like, how many R&B artists that you can
Because
name right now?
and that's people
I can name-
R&B.
I can name about 4.
Okay. You ain't got
And, honestly, if you want to be really critical about it, I would start off with the Lab Junkies back in the day. With
Yeah.
Lil C and all those guys from the Lab Junkies. They were there. I would say those were like kind of like the original singers from Charleston who kind of brought that. It was cool to sing on songs
Right.
like Charleston. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm sure that they're still doing it. But I just realized, and knowing who I am as a person,
For sure.
I wasn't in the streets. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Okay.
I love the ladies. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, I can't really speak too much on what I don't know.
Right. I've been around the streets. I ain't in the streets.
Yeah.
I've been around it. I
Yeah.
know it. You know what I mean? I got people in the streets, but I ain't.
Right. And for me, I'm as people like to say, the light skin effect.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, I got about 10 light skin jokes for your ass.
Oh my God.
I don't know the backside.
Hey, I'm just all around, like, bro, like, I don't necessarily know too much about the light skin effect.
You know why?
It's me,
You know
bro.
you can't see it. It's happening.
I'm just, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, when you go and you get your nails,
had me
when
screaming.
you
You
go
see it
and
just
you get
happen.
your nails and your toes done, just know that that's light skin.
Yeah, man, listen, whatever you do, man,
You
don't
know
start
what I
taking your
mean?
nails
Oh,
off, dog.
shit, yeah.
Yeah,
When you
don't do that.
at the salon like
I don't even
this,
care if it's clear.
I'm gonna keep it,
and you get
hey, I'm gonna keep it G with you. I got a daughter, you feel me?
Right.
So me getting my nails
Right.
done with her just ain't cutting it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
what you mean? But we gonna be like, yo.
If you do it with your
Is he going for her?
daughter,
yeah, you know what
but
I'm
just
saying?
don't get no polish.
If I'm a hater, I'm gonna, he going with his daughter, but he wanted to do that. His daughter doing the hair. You know, but behind the hater with that, hey, yo, that's nice. He with his daughter.
Yeah.
And same thing is like a tea party, you know.
Yeah.
I'll be watching.
Well,
I'll
you
be watching.
know.
Yes, he is.
And
Oh
you
my
better not
God.
have them fish
Oh,
eating on your toes, son.
no. I can't. I don't even like you touching my feet.
I feel you, man.
I
He
can't
messing
do it.
with you.
Yeah,
I got all of them damn license.
Yeah, I can tell.
And the crazy part is he be acting light skinned all day long. This is the most emotional person you ever met.
But no, they ain't light skinned then now.
Yeah, man, you be getting mad. You get getting your feelings. y'all.
I do get in my feelings. I'm passionate. I only get in my feelings with people I care about.
Yeah.
With my team. Anybody else I give a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? But any person that I care about what they say,
Yeah.
you know, I'm gonna be emotional about that
Word.
shit.
I feel you.
But I do want to ask you a question before we get too far out of it. 12 a.m. in the mountains.
Oh yeah.
Because I listen to a lot of your music, and then that song, I'm like, wait a minute. So is this his own testimony, or is he just talking? You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad that you said you rap about what you've been through.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to ask him. You lost your dad.
Mm-hmm.
Shortly after that, you lost your uncle.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the next bar was something about, and then after that, you watched people fade away.
Right.
Damn.
What did you mean by that?
So.
'Cause that touched me in a different way.
So, a lot of times in family, like I'm adopted, first of all. So,
Right.
after I lost my father, it's just crazy. I'll make it really quick.
Hey, you got time.
Okay. So I lost my father. I found out who my father was. 6 months later, he passed away. And then after that, I found out that I had 7 brothers and 1 sister.
Bro.
Okay.
It's a blessing to have that much family.
Right. And so, with that being the case, I was the only child my whole life, basically. So, once I found that out, my adopted parents, from what I gathered and what I felt inside, they weren't too happy that I found out who my parents were. Though my adopted mother did help me find out who my parents actually
How did
were.
you find out you were adopted? Did they tell you?
They didn't tell me until I was 18.
Oh, wow.
And then I rebelled.
Right, you gonna be upset about that.
Yeah, I was
Why you wait so long?
I was
Yes.
very angry. I was very angry. And it's crazy. That I'll go
Yeah,
into all that. So basically, what happened was after all of that happened, and everybody he passed away. Some of my close family members, the gang reached out to me, and because I was so hurt by the situation, I started posting constantly, expressing my feelings of how I felt about losing my father after just meeting him. But I realized in that 6 months that I met him, I had a close relationship with him than I did my adopted father for over 27 years.
Look how
6
good
months.
God is. He allowed you that time.
Yeah,
Right.
And then with that being the case, my anger for the lack of information grew, and with that, the separation happened. And so the people who I was raised with, they kind of faded away. And it was crazy. I live 2 houses down from my adopted parents, and we don't even speak.
That's crazy.
I know them my whole life.
Yeah, man.
So how do you feel about that? Is that something you gonna
That's
find out?
wild.
Is that something that's in you to try to, you know,
Reconcile or
fix?
I've been trying
Or are
to-
you good with it?
I've been trying to gain the graces of my not my mother. My adopted mother's always loved me.
Right.
My father's been the person who's been supportive of me trying to be the best who I can be, but at the same time, his notion of affection and acceptance is something that I to this day cannot identify. I don't know how to get that acceptance from that man.
Right.
Oh,
And-
yeah, that's deep.
That is deep.
You feel what I'm saying? And because of that, it's hurt me deep. You know what I'm saying?
It's trauma like that
Yeah.
that moves you with no
Yeah,
mind.
it got to the point where it got violent, man. I got hit. Yeah. That case is over with, so he's good.
Your music is passionate. You can tell that you're a person that express in your music.
Right.
But you can tell how deep that shit is. And that's
Yeah.
what makes good music.
Yeah,
That's what makes timeless music is.
Oh,
And
definitely.
it's
Now the
authentic,
story,
man.
dog.
You can't beat
If you want to be honest, I didn't make a deep song until my father passed.
Right.
I didn't even know how deep that my river went
Right.
until he passed.
Right.
Gotcha.
Because that was the first time in my whole life that I ever felt acceptance of a family member who's actually from my bloodline.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's way different. And the name that I have and where it's actually from and stuff like that, I don't really speak to any of those family members at all. I've always felt, I wouldn't say black sheep, I always felt like I was the guy behind the curtain. I wasn't the latchkey, I was behind the curtain.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I had family members, I had family members literally tell me to this day, your music career is fake. It'll never be what it is right now.
Right.
Wow.
And because of that is why I haven't stopped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So did your adopted parents have biological kids too?
No.
Okay, so you're been the only child.
Exactly.
What were they African American mixed?
So
What
my
nationality?
adopted mother, she is German.
Okay, full blooded.
Full-blooded German. And then my father, he's from Hollywood, South Carolina.
Okay.
Yeah, so with that being the case, I was able to experience, that's how stuff happened in Germany, because I have connections there as well.
Okay,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
let's
That's what I'm
get into the
saying.
overseas,
Yeah.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
Shout out to Germany.
Yes.
I used to live there for a period of time, so
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
the rise of
Yeah.
dazzle, you
Heard
know
they
what
love
I'm
black
saying?
men, man.
I ain't know that.
They love black men.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
Especially
they do.
Americans.
Yeah, Americans. They love Americans.
Oh, yeah.
Skins. I'm sorry.
I'm shit.
I'll be hanging out with Neil Randall and start talking shit.
But I
and I'm
do
like,
Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Guten
DJ
Morgen.
Skip. Yeah,
I know that.
Yeah, there you go.
I work for
I
Germany.
that.
No, I work for a German company.
Yeah, so Germany, on my adopted mother's side, she has family members who own clubs and also are major photographers for different stadiums and stuff like that. And so we've been working endlessly around the clock to get us in those places.
How's the reception then?
Oh,
I mean, they love American music.
Yeah, I mean, I can see you doing well.
What?
it's crazy because when I went over there, for the first time when I went over there, like, I went into a club and I was a nobody at that point. Like, I really I wasn't even doing music at that
How did
point.
this process happen? How did you end up going over there? How did that
Like, my mom, she's German, so she has German family over there.
Right,
So
right,
we all
right.
just went as a family over there.
Okay.
And then I realized that I had photographers and DJs and all that over there already.
Right,
right.
Right. So that's how, we playing all those.
Right. It's like, oh, okay, you're a musician? Okay.
Literally.
Right.
And so I'm going over there and people are just asking, do you know 50 Cent? Do you know
Right,
50 Cent? I'm
right.
like, no, I don't know these guys.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Tell
no.
them anything. They'll believe you. They're like, okay.
Yeah. And they're just
You didn't lie. I saw them on TV down the street. They were confused. Like, okay.
I will say one thing, bro. I love how they embraced me.
Yes.
Right.
They, when I tell you that they love music,
Right.
Yeah.
love music. You just gotta be the person to go and just experience it,
Yeah.
And so that's what made me make house music.
Yes.
Started making house
yes,
music.
So
yes.
you used to house music and all that.
Well, technically, right now, I am the first African American artist in Charleston to release an EDM track that gained a global award.
Shut up. Is
In
it
Germany.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow. What's the name of the track? I gotta
Where
check.
have you been?
Where have you been?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
for
it's
sure.
it's house and techno together.
I love house.
So
yeah, that's-
with that being the case, it reached top 40 on the German JFK Billboard charts, and then we released "Is It You" with the guy who's in prison now, and that did well as well on the JFK Billboard. So we started getting notoriety in Germany.
Yeah.
And it started clicking because music over there is so much easier to obtain.
It really is.
It's
Yeah,
easy.
yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You could go into a club. Germany, you go to Germany, they have a big building and it's got 6 or 7 clubs in it.
Yeah.
And each different club is playing different music.
Right.
Man, you can go into a club play rock, hip hop, R&B, techno.
Right.
And so when I realized that, I was like, man, I just can't be a hip hop artist.
Right. I
Your
gotta do
music
it all.
gotta do it all.
And it ain't closing until 6
So
in the
are
morning,
you-
so your
are
song
you-
gonna get played 10 times.
So you rap and you R&B. Which one you like the most? Or which one you think you better at?
I like to sing because it's sexy as hell.
It is-
All right, yeah.
And he likes it.
That shit's sexy.
Okay.
I'm sorry, bro.
I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying?
A
Like,
sexy, light-skinned, singing motherfucker.
Pause.
Boy, we ain't got no
Hey,
chance.
it's a triple threat.
We ain't got no chance. You know what you gotta do? You gotta manage them boy.
hey, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, like I'm gonna keep it 100. Like
You good, man.
it's so cool. It's cool to rap about the street life, you know what I'm saying? But like,
Yeah.
it's cool and all that. You know what I'm
R&B
saying?
music.
But when you sing it to them ladies,
Right.
that shit is sexy
Man.
as hell, bro.
That one-
And the ladies are the ones that's gonna
Yeah.
stay fans forever.
You
Once
gotta
they your
stay-
fan and they love you, they
Listen,
love
yeah,
you.
you get on the stage, they'll lock eyes with you, and you just.
Right. So you have some fans. You have performed. You see your
All right.
fans out there.
All right.
Ready to do you right now.
I don't know
That's
if
to
you
make
saw-
you wanna rip your shirt off.
Right. You wanna talk?
And you saw that video with me on stage at the Luna River? It was an older beautiful queen that was twerking.
Everybody watch it again. We watch it again.
All right.
It's never going.
Because I mean, I'll be saying, I know.
It's sexy, bro. It's just so sexy. I don't understand how more men don't understand. It's sexy, bro.
I think the only way you can be an R&B singer is you gotta ride up on a horse. Son, you gotta pull up on a horse.
Wait, hold on.
The old flex man.
You didn't want to sing. I pushed you to sing.
Yeah.
Tell the truth.
If you go listen to The Only One, that's basically the start of. The Only One was inspired by Chris Brown. What's the one that everybody loves right now?
What's that new album? Residuals?
Residuals.
Oh, yeah.
The Only One is inspired by that.
Right.
So if you listen to Residuals, if
You love Chris Brown.
if you listen to
Give me
Residuals,
some on Chris Brown. I love some Chris Brown.
Okay.
Residuals is a song that identifies Chris Brown's vocal strength and his voice.
Yes.
And that is exactly what this man made me do.
Right.
You need someone to push you like that.
He wasn't taking advantage of his life.
I was pushing you. You were trying to make another
You
flex. I was like,
sing.
you need to sing, motherfucker.
You need to sing, motherfucker.
He had me in here like sing this.
Like, dog, you making it hard.
Right now, Apple Music, that's doing great.
Yes,
It's
it
doing
is.
lovely.
Congratulations,
And I
man.
appreciate it.
I can tell you, big things are happening for you right now.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. We just gotta keep believing, keep the faith alive, and understand that it's gonna take all of us, not just one of us. It's gonna take
Yeah,
all of
for
us.
sure.
What's next for you, man? What's next?
Right now, what's next, man? We are actually curating a song as we speak. It's 3 bars away from being done. After that, we're gonna get into. We got some shows coming up,
Right.
and like I said
And we
before,
will be there.
yes,
Yeah,
we got some shows coming
that's
up.
what we do.
Yeah,
So,
We get to know you, we go there and we support and they,
The 14th
whatever you give us, we'll be in here.
20th and the 21st.
yeah.
Okay.
The 14th is the one with the modeling situation going on.
Okay.
And that one is important because that's gonna give us an identity in the fashion market
Right.
Yes.
with music, because we're performing at the fashion show. It's a
Right.
red carpet event in Charleston.
Wow.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So what's the
14th.
date and the time?
Oh,
Okay,
14th.
I'll send you,
July.
in June.
Okay,
And
perfect.
then right after that, we are getting ready for the Juneteenth situation that's going on.
Yes.
And so the
that's what we did.
21st, we are not performing that one, but we will be there to network with DJ Chuck T and all the amazing DJs that are out there. The
Right.
20th is the one that we are performing in.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
so that's
gonna be
gonna be the one,
big.
the
I've
black
been
party,
seeing
yeah,
that
the black
everywhere.
party.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the block party. Right,
So we're
right, right.
performing at that one, and then after that, we're gonna be doing a little something on the EDM side again.
Okay, I'm
I got some
excited.
EDM plays coming up. So because the High Tide Festival is now the amazing Andy King. If you guys know who Andy King is he's like the biggest event planner when it comes to High Tide festivals in Charleston. That just happened. So we realized that High Tide is more of a DJ event, and they're looking for more artists that have the EDM house music. And the venue is so big, I want to open up that even more. So we're gonna get on that too.
Right. So you're doing a promotion thing, right? So what's the name of it?
Powerhouse.
Powerhouse Promotion.
Yes.
So that is that how long you just started the Powerhouse?
We just started it probably like what 3 weeks ago.
So y'all gonna be throwing y'all own events. Y'all gonna be throwing events.
And
Y'all
collaborate with
actually-
other
New Magazine
Right.
is gonna be our first official solidified event in Charleston that we do with them.
I'm excited.
Yeah, that's
Right.
it's gonna be huge, man.
Right.
We're gonna make something
Yeah.
happen out of that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have 2 questions before we close out, honestly, that's been on my mind. So, and this one is a dual question for both of you. Where do you go or what do you do to kind of get in that creative space to start a new project or anything of that nature? How do you kind of back away from everything and drown out the noise to get creative?
Oh, for me, because actually I was on a writer's block stint for like 2 months. That's why you haven't heard anything from me in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's because I just moved, and a lot of things have happened. And so for me, it's just like the experience. And for me, it's like, all right, Lucas, it's been 2 months. Your songs aren't playing on the radio anymore. You just had 7, now you have none.
Like,
What the hell?
Hey, what we doing?
Wake up!
Wake
And that's what's like, all right, it's time to click. And then as soon as it clicked, yesterday, song came
Yeah,
out.
he called me. He was like, "Get to my house in like 30 minutes."
Mhm.
Showed up in 45, but
You got it, yeah.
There's a difference between making a song for your peers and stuff like that. There's a difference because there's a difference now between commercial music, which is radio and all that
Yes,
mainstream,
yes.
than underground stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You can do internet radio all day, but we are commercial radio
Yeah,
artists.
that's what
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody.
exactly.
Yeah.
And so with doing that, you can't just come out with some low vibrational song.
Right.
You gotta come out with box.
Right,
And that's what we're focused on right now. Box. So the song we got coming, oh my god, bop. It's a bop. It's a bop. It's a
And
real
you
bop.
next, and it's a genius that he know you go through this writer block and you gotta write it.
How did you get out of the writer's block? Take us to the question.
To be honest with you,
It was the motivation.
it was him. Seeing him at Laha and seeing him about to sell his equipment
Mm.
and me questioning myself every
That's
day.
real shit though, man.
Yeah, seeing him about to give up on something that
You know you that.
because he's good at it could potentially give his whole life a different direction in life. To understanding that if I'm sitting next to this man right here and telling him that he can't quit, I should not be thinking in my mind,
Right.
why am I thinking if I should quit? That's the devil.
Right.
I need to fix this.
Right.
Yeah.
So first I told him, you better not quit, you better not sell it.
Right.
Damn,
Him-
no. It shows how to
That's the thing,
really
yeah,
support each
yeah.
other, right?
That's what in your writer block is.
That's
worrying
real,
about somebody
though.
else.
Yeah.
When you was worrying about yourself, your writer block,
Yeah.
and then you realize
All
you
in my
have
head.
to pull out
Yeah.
to help this brother
Yeah.
get back to what he was born for.
That's
Exactly.
real though.
Man, that's
Exactly.
real shit, dog.
That's
Right
real.
along.
That's why y'all gonna be successful.
That's fucking
Because
real.
it's shit like that, when you can pick them puzzles together like that,
Yeah.
and you can see them move like that,
Yeah.
and you can use it to your advantage.
You have insights, right,
Yeah.
into a situation.
That's real.
So you're
Exactly.
not
Real
all
shit, though.
in Lucas's
That's real.
brain.
Yeah,
You know,
I can't
it's
be-
all about you.
I can't
And a
be-
lot of artists are that way, right?
Yeah.
They get center focused and they
Right.
forget all the people around them. That
And
got
that's
them.
why anytime I do something that's big, I never want to do it alone. I always want him to be on stage with me. I always want Shaq Kemp to be on stage with me. And now I want him to be on stage with me because I want them to experience what I'm experiencing so
Right.
that they don't give up. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I
Like,
love you.
it's
Hey,
all
man,
love.
hey,
It's all love.
And for me, it's
Right?
not your music, man. It's your
Oh,
personality.
Yeah.
pretty real.
You really, you got a lot of power.
Yeah.
And the fact that you are a humble person like you are, and you see that, and you witness that, man, that's why I'm
Love it.
that's why I'm a Bino fan.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna check your music out.
Love
And I mean, I have checked your music out. You're awesome. The R&B, I mean, you're awesome.
Hey,
But your personality
You will.
and what you
Here
believe
we
in and your morals, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a
That's
honor,
what
bro.
makes you timeless.
That's the mind right there.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey, we all.
Real
we
shit,
all, you know what I'm
man.
saying? Like,
yeah, that.
You know, and I didn't wait through depression and shit, bro.
Yeah.
Personally, I didn't wait through it. I know what it does.
He goes through it every single day.
I know what it
Yes,
does, bro.
yeah.
You
A
can
hundred.
look in his eye and tell him that is there.
And you know, and it be small things like somebody
Yeah.
that reaching out to you to point out something when you in your head that kind of bring you back and you slowly start coming back and
Yeah.
getting back.
Right.
You know, and the scary thing about that is falling back. For me, falling back in depression is the scariest thing
It
ever.
is, it is.
I have arguments with you. You said emotional, right? So anytime we have a situation with our team and I get emotional about it, it's scary to me because is that going to be the thing that, because depression, it triggers.
Yeah,
It's
sometimes
like,
you don't
you
see
can
it
be
happen.
chilling and you be happy one moment, but you can see it coming because you down for a situation and you dwell on it too long, and once that shit click, if you stuck in there until you feel how to get back out.
And I want to say this for all men, for,
Real shit,
for mental health.
Yeah.
Right.
Just-
It's real.
Men's mental health awareness.
I want to say this because there's a stigma going around that being hard for a man is what females love.
Right.
But I'm gonna say this in the best way I can. A weak man
Right.
will never open up
Right.
to express how he feels
Right.
to anyone or his woman.
And it's gonna destroy
It
him.
will destroy him.
It will destroy
But a man who will open up himself
So,
and share his love and passion that he has with the world
yeah.
and his loved ones,
Yes.
that
That's a strong
And,
one.
and that comes with age and wisdom. And the earlier you figure that out, the better.
Yeah.
and the faster you start releasing tears,
Yeah.
and the
Okay.
faster you realize how powerful you really are.
And there's
Yeah.
people that realize this at 19,
Exactly.
and that's why they transcend
Right.
from 19. And there's people that realize at 40.
Exactly.
I'm 44. I realized, nigga, shit, just 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, my wife been telling me do this, do that, do the podcast and all that kind of stuff. And she was really like, oh man, and she was preaching to me a lot. She really preached to me.
Yeah, doing a good job,
Spoken,
too.
Yeah.
and you told about, your dad's situation.
Yeah.
And now it makes sense why you hardcore on the
Yeah.
spoken.
Yeah.
Because it's something that's gonna catch you when you at your peak.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You gonna be
It's a silent
the best.
killer, right? Yeah.
Right, you gonna be at the best, you gonna be that master of your shit, and now you sick on something that you've been doing. Because I smoke the most when I'm editing.
Yeah.
I smoke the most when
I hit the most vapes when I'm recording.
Right.
I'm,
And so
when I'm about to go on stage,
that journey is killing
Oh,
you.
yeah.
Unless you make it healthy.
I'm hitting that
So
vape.
that
Yeah, he was
journey,
like-
the
sitting
journey
back
is
to the
killing
car,
you.
getting the vape.
Unless you make the journey healthy.
Exactly.
We're all gracing the couches.
Motherfucker, you
And
get
now,
deep
and now, yeah, and now we waiting on Carolina Panthers to start up so we can go back there.
Yeah,
We're doing
that's
that
what we
again.
did.
We're actually waiting on answers on how we're gonna perform this year on Epic, because when we went, we were like, bro, y'all had little dogs run around at the halftime show racing.
Okay, yeah. He didn't do a lot during the
You
halftime.
need us. You need us.
Corgis running around.
That was the halftime entertainment.
Right.
So I'm like, okay, this can't y'all $1 industry. Let's bring some real heat. So this is what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I got a checklist of things that I want to
Speaks
accomplish.
into existence for sure.
Yeah, big show, Riverfront Park, checked off. The Coliseum is next in the fall.
Let's go.
Yeah,
Let's
yeah,
go.
we're checking that off. Carolina Panthers, we got to play, now we want to perform. We're going to check it off. We will check it off.
Yeah.
So after that, Atlanta and then the Rams.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So
I do really feel like once we get Charleston on, it's going to be unstoppable.
And I do feel like you definitely are an artist that can get us there. One of the conversations we've had on the show a lot is, there's so many talented artists in Charleston. Music,
It takes more than
creative
time.
people.
Yeah.
But Charleston, we don't have an artist that fully represents Charleston, that's on the billboards, that's on the main stage, right, so to speak. And we always wonder why, why is that? And so I do believe that we have finally met, someone who is going to put Charleston there. For
Exactly where are you from in Charleston? Like, exactly.
I'm originally from Ashland Falls State.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
I literally grew up in Pepper Ridge.
Before Dorchester.
Yeah, I lived in Pepper Ridge my whole life. And
Okay.
I used to live in Pepper Ridge and I used to hang out in Hunters Ridge.
Right.
So what kind of upbringing. So yeah, I was one of those kids where I lived in a great community, but I always found myself going where I shouldn't be going.
Well, yeah, as all of us.
Curious young
Curious.
child, yeah. So yeah, that's
That's what's up.
I want to make sure that you get to answer the question, and then I'll ask my final question.
Okay.
Repeat it one more time. We got lost.
Yeah, we did. So the question was, where do you go or what do you do to get in your creative space?
For me, a lot of my music will come from like a place of like what I'm going through. Because I originally started on it being an outlet of, what I was going through and what the moment it was. So a lot of it will be like I just released a heartbreak song.
Okay.
And when that happens, because it'll be like I'll write it and then like it'll come out a year later. Like I released this one, I had people on. You okay?
Right.
Like,
I'm about to say,
that's the hard part about it being like as an outlet too. Like people get calls.
I mean, real shit though. I mean, this
I'm
shit
like, yeah, Sean, I appreciate it. It's awesome. I'm like,
You call
why
it
do
to
you
make sure
care?
you kill us up.
Yeah.
Just kids.
Does the girl know? Does she usually recognize this about her, or no, you don't have to go do that?
Yeah, luckily, yeah. I never had a girl call me. But I'll just be like the homies will call me and check in. I'm like, but I'm good. I wrote this 2 years ago. It's out Or like I wrote it like 5 months ago and I'm over it, you know. But
Yeah.
yeah, most of my inspiration will come from what I'm going through. Or sometimes if I hear a sound too, it'll trigger something in my brain and I'll start working on something.
Do you write songs with the singer in mind? Like, do you dream like, I know you write songs for yourself, but
Yeah.
you know, do you dream of like writing a song that, have you written a song that only a certain person can sing? Like, I have the capability of saying like
with
a
the
Mariah
artist in
Carey,
mind, yeah.
or with the high, you know what I'm
I
saying?
do have a
Or,
few of those. Like
Right.
I was
Give me
writing a
that
couple,
shit.
and
Like,
then
give
I
me
was
that shit.
like, I couldn't film this.
right.
But I know a few people that could.
Right.
Like I
You
have
might run into them
yeah.
one day.
I have one that he probably should fucking sing.
I know that's right.
Oh yeah, we got some Grammy Award-winning artists now that are going to be helping us with our performance presence, and we're going to be working with them on some songs. So that's going to lead us into the bracket of a whole different dynamic when it comes to who we are and individuals. So we got that coming
I
together.
think abundance can make it out of time.
Oh
I think
yeah.
abundance of everything, you have to really be tapping it.
Oh,
You see
yeah.
it, like, you got it.
He got it. He got it.
Yeah.
Also started to get some recognition because they filmed out this year, right?
Right,
So
right.
it's hitting the film side of things.
Yes,
And it's
for
only a
sure.
matter of time before
Time,
the
right.
music-
And we always late, we behind.
Yeah, but here's
Realize we,
yeah. But here's the thing.
we the bottom now.
We
Actually
have-
cutting taxes.
we have mainstream artists in Charleston.
Right.
Miss Parler, Kiana Parler.
Oh yeah,
She,
we met her, we
we
saw
met
her at
Right.
She's a two-time Grammy awarding artist.
Beautiful.
She's
Lucas.
yeah.
Okay.
We don't have any more champagne.
I mean, we also got the guy from Putting the Blowfish. Who
Right.
Yes,
There's
yes.
There's
Darius
Rucker,
Rucker.
yeah.
We have mainstream artists here. So it's just all about networking with those individuals, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And the thing about it is, I think it's going to take like even 803 Fresh, it's going to take a softer type music
Yeah.
to get us on.
Yeah.
That's why the R&B won't work.
Yeah.
Right,
You know what I'm
right,
saying?
right,
Because
right.
you know with
They
the
don't understand what we be
rap,
talking
you know,
about.
keep,
Yeah, they don't
even though
understand.
I think that's one of the things that once we make it, we're gonna want to get it from there.
Right.
And we just gotta get there. But at the same time, it's too much for people.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, but Atlanta's like Gucci Man, nobody understands them back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They gotta want to understand.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But R&B and the music y'all and the collaboration y'all doing and the writing and all that, that's what's going to get us on.
It's a commercial. What you're experiencing from us
Right.
and what you're trying to like what you're saying, like we are like we're curating merely for commercial audience.
Like,
We're trying to
It's a
get
broad
that really like
audience.
commercial, yeah.
Right.
Because like I said before, it's a difference between commercial and underground.
Right.
So and
Sure.
mainstream, it's that commercial base. When you have a commercial based song, it can hit radio stations no matter where.
Yeah.
So if it's media based and DJs pick it up,
I mean, that's what
it's a wrap.
agree.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what happened. It's a song that can be, it's a video feel good song.
yeah,
That song, Boots on the Ground, is a song that should have been.
yeah.
It's a song that no matter who you are, where you at, who you young,
You
old,
wanna put some
you
boots on
gon-
that ground.
when you hear it, it's
When you
okay.
hear it.
Yeah.
It's okay to dance to it.
Or Papa Fan.
It's, you know, you ain't gotta feel bad about it. It's soulful.
Yeah.
You know, with those fans,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
catchy.
Yeah.
You know, it make you do something.
Right.
Literally.
Literally.
Oh, you know, and big ups to 803 Friends.
Yeah, man. We're super
I'm
proud.
so proud of him, bro.
Yeah, man.
Right,
super
because
proud.
Charleston, man.
We're going to get him on the show one day.
We are the state that, when you talk about selling rap, we should have already been on. We are
Yeah.
the southern state.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, you know, what was last will be first.
Charlotte took all the shots.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Campus and all that.
Yeah.
J. Cole.
Carolina, but it's in North Carolina.
Yes.
Can we have nothing?
Every time I say I'm from Carolina, they say, North Carolina?
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
South Carolina. Oh, what's out there?
The best part.
Man,
Right. Right.
have you not heard of
We probably got a
Charleston?
vacation house down here and don't even know we talking about the same.
Right. You know how many celebrities live in Charleston?
Right.
DMX used to live here.
DMX, he lived here right before. Yeah.
Key Island, bro. Oprah has a house in
See,
Key
they
Island.
come in to chill. They didn't come in to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't want nobody to know they're
The guy that played off of
Yeah.
Space Jam lives in Key Island.
Right.
Like,
Oh,
these
wow.
guys are
Right.
here, man. They just don't pop out, you know?
You see, you have one more question, right?
I do have one more question.
What's his like shoot?
West
West Side
Side.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne
Is it
Lil
worth
Wayne
this
goes to
for
Hollywood.
He
you?
did our past. What's the dude that been on with Flavor in your hair?
Yeah, Flavor from
Um,
he from Arizona.
Yeah.
Flavor, Craig Mack.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I see it came back in the DMV.
But
not
Flavor
DMV,
Flav
the court
too,
case.
right? Mhm.
Michael
And
Johnson.
somebody was telling us that Wayne
It's
hung out
bad.
in upstate.
Killed out here.
Mark-
And they from
Johnson.
there.
Lil Wayne wanted to release,
That's Troy stay down here.
which album was it? The
He
4
be down here
or
every fucking weekend.
3 at the end zone.
Oh,
That's what he
wow.
wanted to do.
Wow.
He got listening on that call.
It's a lot of people
Okay.
attached
Look
to
at this
South
one right
Carolina,
here.
but they don't want to advertise it because it's
Yeah.
not popular.
Yeah.
It's like Young Scooter. He from Warren.
Right. You know,
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
My people
Charlotte
don't
Maid's
know.
from Mom's Corner.
Well, yeah,
True,
Sean
true,
but
true.
Sean is somebody that screams it out all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
rap
right.
is
Yeah,
short
you
on
guys-
and on.
Dirt road and all that shit.
Yes, so my last question is for Mr. Lucas.
Okay.
What for you is art would be considered the height of your career? What is I've accomplished it, I am here for you? What has to happen? What do you need to achieve?
I want to be able to actually, for me, it's not the awards. It's not the global recognition. For me, it's sitting down with certain individuals that are in the industry that I know that's already been the distance, and for them to give me more knowledge and actually, because these guys that are out there, they're so busy that they don't even run their own Instagram pages.
Exactly.
And you people like me and Joe Brown and anybody will be messaging their page thinking we're talking to them, and we're really not.
Right.
Like Scott Storch, who's we're supposed to be working with, but trying to figure that out. He's our lawyer is doing that. We got an entertainment lawyer and he's out there. So for us, it's like working with the individuals that know paved the way and major industry moves. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, Devontae Swing, like being able to sit next to him for a couple of minutes was just enough for me to be like,
Right.
oh, I'm here.
Right.
Like I'm next to the dude who I used to watch
Right,
every
right,
day,
yeah.
bro. Who sometimes I emulate
Yeah.
on songs.
Yeah,
Like if you
That's,
listen,
that's God giving you that booster.
literally, I got a song like that. I got
Wake up, nigga.
Oh, my
Yeah, I ain't even sing like that. But
Hey, we are urban
Yeah.
show. It is what it is.
literally like being on live and cooking up with Jazzy Faye.
Yeah.
And Dempsey on the beat. What
Hey, let's
was
make
the notion?
gone.
Like I am not where I was at.
Right.
Yeah.
And so that, for me, believe it or not, I would say makes me wholesome. Because for me, I'm not chasing what people are like the notoriety. I'm chasing what makes me feel good here. Because that's
I
truly
love
what
that.
matters. Did you watch what Jim Carrey said when he went to I think it was the Emmy Awards? He
I
said,
did. I
He said,
watched
when
it.
I go to sleep as Jim Carrey, 2-time, I think he said Emmy Award actor.
Right.
And I wake up, and I go to sleep again, and I wake up and say, man, it would be nice to be Jim Carrey 3 times.
Right. Right.
And so to me, it's like, you're never gonna get,
Yeah.
like you're always gonna be always chasing. And so when I realize that, I'm like, bro, I'm gonna stop physically chasing the things that I want. I'm gonna let it come to me.
Start attracting it.
Well, I feel like you can chase it, but you have to enjoy the journey.
That's what it is.
You got to realize that the journey is, you're already winning.
I'm embracing everything.
Because when you do reach that success,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of shit come with it.
Like
And
Eminem
if you
said, it's gonna get worse.
Exactly.
Yeah, right,
It's
right,
going
right.
to get worse.
And if
Right.
I can't deal with the local people in Charleston talking shit about me or
Right.
saying this and that about me,
True.
then what do you think will happen when I got 8 million people
Let's get
saying
to it.
this and that about me? I got to get ready for that, bro.
And you're going to look back at times where it was simple.
Exactly.
Yes.
Where it was love.
Yeah.
It was
Right.
camaraderie. We working the same goal.
Exactly.
The money ain't getting it.
Exactly.
And that's why I'm glad that you do have a relationship with God now.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you're so serious about it.
No serious.
Because it's easy to end up in the Diddy situation,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Tory Lanez situation.
Right.
You know, that's usually my concern
Exactly.
for our artists coming out of Charleston, like getting into the industry and really getting lost in all the craziness that
Right.
can come with it.
Right. Like people, we have to understand that. Like, don't forget where you came from, and also don't forget the people that helped you get to this point. Right.
Yeah.
And that's like for me, it's like I'm wholesome when everybody around me all have what I'm trying to have.
Right. Yeah, that's the ultimate goal.
Like-minded.
I want to change. I just want to change lives, bro. That's like really it. I want to make his. I want to make his dad and his mom and him and his son millionaires. I want to make him a millionaire. I want to make him a millionaire and his son. Like that's what I want. That's what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? And
that's what I want to do, man.
and all I know is music. So that's what I have to do to get to that point. And let's get cracking. You know?
Get cracking.
Man.
I love that, man. This
Yo,
is beautiful. Have we left anything out? Anything y'all want to say?
Well, we're going to go around the room. You'll run my opinion.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You know what's going on.
You know what it is.
And we're going to go around the room. And I want y'all to do all y'all shout outs and y'all boy get yourself in. Your camera right there, your camera right there.
Yeah,
Well,
make sure you
camera.
plug it. Plug this up in now. Let them know where they can find
So
you.
you know what I'm saying? You go ahead and start it off, man. We can go around the room and
Right,
close
your
this thing out.
camera.
All right, yo, what's good? It's your boy Lukas Swing. I want to shout out everyone who's been supporting me this far. Shout out to the podcast crew. They are amazing. I suggest each and every one of you, if you have an opportunity as an artist or a business, come tap in with them. They can definitely help you get to a platform. You can see they're very professional.
Yes.
One of the best that I've been on. Shout out to God.
Yes.
Shout out to my beautiful kids.
Yes.
Shout out to my family. Shout out to Mike London. Shout out to my manager, JB, Remy. Shout out to Kim, who couldn't be here, and my other producer, Jack. Shout out to Talib in Canada, who's been producing a lot of my songs as well. And also, I want to give a major shout out to my father, rest in peace, and my brothers and sisters who are also doing very well in the industry as well. So,
That's what's up, man. Congratulations, man.
thank you.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
Joel, let's
Appreciate
go.
you,
Let's
man.
go. Your
Yeah.
camera right there. Right
But
there.
I play around too much. Joel Bryant, JB, J Bizzle, whatever you call me. I'm on everywhere. Spotify, Apple, Instagram, Joel Bryant 24. Shout out to everybody in this room. Lucas, Remy, Big Dog Joel, the great podcast. Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Shout out to CJ and all my other friends. I can't think of all the names off the top of my head right now. But yeah, just shout out to mom, shout out to dad, shout out to everybody.
Everybody. Let's go. Remy, where you at?
So,
Shred.
come on.
And shout out to everybody.
Yeah.
God bless all y'all.
Yeah.
Shout out to the podcast.
Thank you.
Lucas, JB, you know, the big man right there in the corner. You know what I'm
Put the
saying?
shades on.
Put the shades on.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody. And whoever's watching that, God bless y'all. You know what I'm saying? Y'all have a good day.
That's what's up. You right here. That's
That's
your
what's
camera. Let's go.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to the podcast. Yeah, that's it.
The balls don't say much. The balls don't say much.
He don't say much. Boy, that boy act.
Okay. You got straight motion with it. You know what I'm
Hey
saying?
man, yo, what's up, man? Yo, world my opinion. Yo, world my opinion, man. It's been a big one, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to my partner Moon, who reached out and set us all the way up, man.
Yes.
And you know we gonna definitely do this again where we all want to
Shout
come
out to
back.
Rich Baby. We
All
miss
that.
you.
100 J. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you always.
You know what it is. You know
You the
what
hostess
it
with the
is.
mostest.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, world my opinion, we out, man.
We out.
That's what it is, man. Yeah.
Peace.
All right.